The Celtic Forever podcast is a zero advert and zero profit channel. The channel also includes Celtic highlights and player interviews, so join the uninterrupted fun and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much.
A very warm welcome, everybody, to the Celtic Forever podcast. It's a League Cup final specials. St Mirren versus Celtic. 3:30 kick-off today. We're all looking forward to it, obviously. Obviously, circumstances could be better surrounding this game, but it is what it is. Let's bring in John. How are you, John?
Hi, how are you? It was enjoyed the game the other night there.
The Roma game, didn't see it, John. I was very busy, but 3-0, 4-0 at one point, and the goal was chalked off for offside. Could have been a lot worse, but no great. We sort of said this about a week ago when Wilfred Nancy was, announced as the Celtic manager, that it was a very, very tough start. A game against Hearts, top of the league Hearts, and a Europa League game against Roma. John, it doesn't get much tougher than that, and he's lost the two of them, John. So he definitely can't afford to lose a third one, can he?
No, especially this one. I think, like we said before, the first cup of the season normally sets you up for the season. So you can't underestimate how big a game this is for Celtic, Nancy, and of course all the fans. This is a big game, because we win this, gives the team a bit of confidence. All right, they're lacking in that right now, but this could be the wee boost that they need.
Yeah. Apologies for any breakup that you're maybe coming through the podcast. Apologies for that, but we'll just plug on. Yeah, John, he's got to get his Celtic career up and running today, John. This has got to be the start of his Celtic career with a win against St Mirren, and obviously it's not going to be easy. We all realise that. St Mirren are a very decent team. Okay, they're near the bottom of the league, but they're just off the back of a win against Dundee United last weekend. And John, they've had this full week's preparation to get ready for the cup final today. Celtic obviously played on Thursday night against AS Roma, and they lost the game heavily, John. So Celtic heads will be down, St Mirren heads will be up if they like. They'll be feeling confident, and of course they've had that full week's rest.
Aye, and that was a hard game for Celtic in midweek as well, so the players will be feeling a wee bit lethargic, I think. You've got to raise your spirits for a cup final, won't you? You've got to be up for that. That's first and foremost. You've got to be up for the big games. But on the positive side, we've got Iheanacho back, who looked a very, very hungry man against Roma the other night there. Even though we lost the game 3-0, when he came on as a sub, you could see him trying to get the fans up for it and all that. He was flying into tackles. He's unlucky with the goal and all that, of course, but this man looks hungry.
Very decent striker. I've always said that, John. He's the only, experienced, shall we say, striker we've got at the club at the moment. Dyson's a winger. He's not a striker, clearly. And what we're looking for the day, John, is Dyson back in the left, with Iheanacho through the middle. That's got to happen today. Tonight he's got to be rested. I'm hearing that he may not even be available anyway, because he's got international duty in a couple of days. He may be not even in the frame for this one anyway, John. But if he is, he's got to be rested, and Dyson on the left. That's got to be the case for me, John. But I'll quickly run through the competition first before we go into the build-up of the big game today. A competition, correct score competition. One guess each into the comment section there for that league table on your left-hand side, all the regulars. And even if you're not a regular and you want to join the league table, drop us a wee message in the comments there. We'll add you to that league table, not a problem. But anyway, for the regulars, for the time being, one guess each, and it's 90 minutes only, folks. Remember today, we're not looking at extra time. 90 minutes only. the score when that final whistle goes. So good luck everybody with that to win the fantastic Celtic Forever box of Celtic goodies if you're at the top of the league come the end of the season. Right, John, we'll get a wee guess after you a wee bit later on for that one. As regards to the Roma game, nobody got that, clearly. Nobody got 3-0 to Roma. So that goes without saying. So nobody's had a correct guess in actually 3 games, John. That was I think it was Dundee, Hearts and Roma. So we're hoping somebody gets a guess correct today. As regards to the one-on-one predictive between us two, John, we'll not do any more games today, but there was a correct guess from you for the Rangers versus Ferencváros game. You got that correct. And I think I got the Scott Brown game, Ayr United's game correct as well. So that puts it up to 20. What is that? I can't even remember. I'll get back to you on that.
18-10.
Sorry, John, you broke up there?
18-10.
18-10, right. Okay, thanks for that. I couldn't even remember, to be honest with you. But it's not important, John. Let's get into the big game. Let's get into the big cup final then. Kevin Clancy, he is your man in the middle of the park, refereeing the game. Mr. Clancy's in charge. I done the VAR. You've got Mr. Robertson, Don Robertson. He's on the VAR screens there, John. So we're just hoping that we're not going to get any nonsense for any of the two today.
Oh, when you mentioned Don Robertson there, it's always a worry, isn't it? When you hear that name getting mentioned, it sends shivers up your spine. By the way, I just remembered that 18-10 because I remember for some reason, I don't even know why, I just remember you saying 17-9 the last podcast. But so I just guessed it's 18. Anyway, Don Robertson. That sends the shivers up the spine, that name, doesn't it? It's every Celtic fan's the same when they hear that name.
Yeah, sorry there, John, I was on hold there. Yeah, of course it does, John. He's actually not the best referee in the world, let's be honest with you, and he's on the VAR, so it's going to be even worse. So he's got the screens there to, slow things down, put lines across, and these decisions are still pathetic for this guy, to be honest with you. So we just hope that nothing like that gets involved in the game today, John, at Hampden Park. But anyway, John, back to the build-up for this. St Mirren have got 13,000 tickets for this one, so they will be making a wee bit of noise. Very hefty allocation there for St Mirren, John, what do you think?
Aye, Phil. Well, Celtic fans are always going to have the big allocation, aren't they? That's always a given, unless it's Rangers we're playing. But St Mirren fans are really good, I think, when it comes to cup games at Hampden. Normally they turn up their numbers, but they're good wee following St Mirren, good wee team, aren't they?
Of course they are, John. They're decent. Very decent team. The fans are okay as well. We've had a lot of St Mirren supporters on this podcast in the comment section saying some really nice stuff actually. So yeah, they're not nasty like some other clubs, John, I suppose. But you're always going to get one or two, I suppose. But let's have a wee look at how both teams got to the final then, John. Just a wee quick one. We'll run through how the teams got to this stage. Hampden Park today. And by the way, the weather is absolutely atrocious, isn't it? So it's going to be pouring the rain, I think, blowing a gale as well later on today. But they won Group D in the League Cup, John. So they were top of that group, the group stage of the League Cup. And then they moved on to beating Hearts. Then they beat Kilmarnock, and then they beat Motherwell in the semi-final, John. So they certainly deserve to be there.
Aye, they've beat some good teams, St Mirren. They have. Who was the last game they played against? It was Motherwell, wasn't it?
Yeah,
was it
semi? Yeah.
I watched that game. They're pretty good. They're a good wee side. I'll tell you what, St Mirren can find themselves unfortunate to be doing the bottom end of the league because they've got some cracking players and they play some really good stuff. And they always raise their game when it comes to Celtic. You've got to remember that as well. But they're still a good wee team. I don't think that they actually deserve to be sitting down the bottom of the table because they're better than Hearts. I think they're a better football playing team than Hearts. I think they find themselves unfortunate to be doing that.
Yeah, that's it. They're very. dogged team, John. Very strong, physical team with your Mandrons, etc., and your Gogic's, of this world. They're very physical, John, and we're not physical. So right away, that's a concern for me. Celtic's road to the final was a 4-1 win against Falkirk, comfortable enough there. 4-0 win against the Jags, Partick Thistle, comfortable enough there also, and then a 3-1 win against the Rangers as well, also comfortable back at Hampden a few weeks ago. So yeah, Celtic, just the 3 games to get us to the final. Obviously, St Mirren played a lot more games with that group stage. But no, John, we deserve to be there also. You can only beat the teams that are put in front of you, so Celtic deserve to be there also. But a wee word on some of the players then, John, before we get to the predicted lineups for this one. Kasper Schmeichel, John, right? I want us to have a wee quick word on Kasper because he's definitely off form just now. I know he does still pull off a couple of saves here and there, but his distribution has got worse. His handling of the ball has got worse, and obviously conceding goals, that's got worse as well, John. He has now conceded, and don't quote me on this, but I may be 1 or 2 out here, but I think it is 27 goals he has conceded this season already, John.
Aye. Did somebody leave a comment talking about Sinisalo coming in? I can't remember who it was, but I've been speaking about Sinisalo for months. I've been wanting him to be our number 1 keeper. Never put a foot wrong. Sinisalo, great distribution, taller keeper than Schmeichel as well. Paul's have some cracking saves. I'm with you in this one. I know Kasper's conceded a lot of things he could have stopped figuring into the net, and I think it's time for Sinisalo to step up. Better keeper. Maybe knowing Kasper's heyday when he was younger, but Kasper's 40-year-old now or whatever he is. It's time for a young keeper to step in at Celtic, and Celtic really need to start using Sinisalo before they lose him, because he's a better keeper than Schmeichel right now.
Yeah, there you go, John. He's conceded a lot of goals, Kasper, this season, and we're still in December. It's very concerning. That was another 3 the other night as well, when 2 against Hearts, blah, blah, blah. We could go on and on and on about the goals he's conceded. It's just time for a change as far as I'm concerned. Let us know what you think in the comments, if you agree or disagree. Right, John. A wee word on the back 3, because he's going to go with the back 3, and he's not going to go back to the 4-3-3. He's going to stick with this 4-3-2-1 thing that he's doing. Whatever formation he's doing just now, I don't even know what it is he's doing, but I think it's a 4-3-2-1. 4-3-3, he's not going to do it, John. So it's going to be the 3 at the back. It's going to be Scales, Trusty. Should they stick with Tierney, John, or do you think young Donovan should be put in the back there today?
Oh, Donovan came on for Tierney the other night there, didn't he? Which I find it quite strange. He's a right back, he's not a left back. But I really don't know. I think he'll start with Tierney today. 100% he'll start with Tierney today. I think he'll want experience in there, so I think Tierney's definitely going to start this one. I don't think there'll be Donovan starting this one. He's got to go with experience today. Maybe a start for Anthony Ralston or something like that. Look, we don't know. It's hard to predict right now, isn't it? This guy's come in, he started chopping and changing stuff. When it comes to picking a team, absolute nightmare. Yeah, it's a 3-4-2-1 he's chosen, isn't it? Can't remember what I said 2 minutes ago. Anyway, it's no good. Anyway, whatever it is he's doing, it's not working so far, so let's hope it works today. A wee quick word on the midfield there, John. He brought on Bernardo the other night, didn't he? Apparently things improved there when he came on. Nygren, he's also got to be dropped. Clearly, he's definitely off for him. Nygren. Engels, not great since Wilfred has came in either. So, who do we go in the midfield? Hatate, Callum McGregor, Bernardo possibly, John. I don't know. It's just very, very tough just now. It really is. The players are definitely off form, aren't they? Especially the midfield. And it is strange because they were absolutely flying under Martin O'Neill, weren't they? So I really don't know who they go with to improve things. Engels, back to his best, being absolutely brutal. And you've got, obviously, the other one, Nygren. I don't know what's happened to Nygren. He just looks lost when he's out in the park. And Dyson Maeda was subbed at half-time against Roma. It's another one that's, I don't know what's happening there. But getting subbed, one of our best players getting subbed at half-time. Don't know what's going on.
Yeah. It's very strange, isn't it, John? We could turn up the day and win 4-0 and everything's hunky-dory, but, we need to talk about what's happening just now, I suppose, and that's what we're doing. So, as regards to Iniacho, we want to see him up front today, right through the middle with Dyson on the left, if he's if he's no fail out with the manager, that is, because why did he take him off at half-time? That's very strange also. Must be just plain and simply for him, John, off for him. So hopefully he's back on for him. I'm also hearing rumours that Callum McGregor's had arguments with the manager, things like that, blah, blah, blah. But these are just rumours. Just stuff we don't want to hear, John. It really is. Especially, on the eve or on the same day as a big cup final against St Mirren, John. So, yeah, that's it, John. That's just thought I'd have a wee word on the players he's picking and where he's playing them. Sort of out of position, let's be honest. These guys are playing out of position as well, aren't they? Especially Dyson, John, right through the middle. He's not a striker. He ain't a striker. But it's all we've got just now. Because, been picking Iniacho, and hopefully that changes today also. Right, John, let's move on. A wee quick word on the betting. We'll get to the lineups in a wee minute, but a wee quick word on the betting. 6-1 St Mirren to take the cup. 4-9 Celtic, that's roughly 1-2, and 7-2 the draw. That's in 90 minutes, of course, folks. So Celtic clear favourites, St Mirren 6-1, but again, goes for absolutely nothing, especially in a cup final, John.
No, it goes for nothing. But I think 6-1 for St Mirren, that's not a bad bet, actually, because St Mirren are, on their day, they're capable. I know they've not beaten Celtic for a while, but they've taken points off Celtic a lot. St Mirren might fancy their chances to take this one to penalties, although the way Celtic are playing right now, St Mirren could win it in 90 minutes. I'm not saying they will, but they could.
Of course they could, John. Sorry, John, they must be feeling very confident today, right now, as we speak. They must be looking forward to it, actually, and choking to get out on that green grass, John, because Celtic, the worst start for a manager in a long time. The players are not performing. Fans at war with the board. The board are putting two fingers up to the fans. And by the way, this whole carry on is, I was always one that said, give the board a break. They've spent a lot of money. We've won trophy after trophy, blah, blah, blah. But this whole situation, John, is 100% down to the board. But it's a cup final day, John. We don't really want to go on and on and on about the board. We'll see what happens in January if Wilfred Nancy gets any funds to spend. So that's just a waiting game. But yeah, St Mirren must be very confident in the day, John.
Of course they will. Aye, I mean, you wouldn't think a team that's sitting that far down in the league table to be confident, would you? I mean, they're sitting 11th or something like that. I'm not sure. It's 11th or rock bottom. They're propping up the table somewhere anyway, 11th or 12th. And you wouldn't expect a team like that to be full of confidence. But they've always fancied their chances against Celtic. They've always went toe-to-toe with Celtic. And the day will be absolutely no different. This is their only chance of some joy at the season, really. Unless they do well in the Scottish Cup as well. But this is one of their only chances to, take some joy at the season. And they will fancy their chances. They'll be up for it. I think they'll be up for it more than the Celtic players. I'm not saying St Mirren's going to win, but I think the St Mirren players themselves will be feeling more up for it, because I don't think the Celtic players' hearts is in it right now. It just looks that way. I could be totally wrong. I don't know. It just looks like their hearts are no in it. They were 3-0 down against Roma. They were terrible. They were absolutely brutal. That fat boy scoring 2 goals that Celtic's been linked with. Evan Ferguson. Guy looks about 5 stone overweight. That's a bit of an exaggeration, but it does look a bit overweight.
I know. Who did you say he was linked to?
He was linked with Celtic, wasn't it, or something, or he was a Celtic fan or something like that.
Yeah, he's very strongly linked to Celtic, John. Very strongly. Sorry, you broke up a wee bit there, John. He's very strongly linked to Celtic, actually, especially in January coming, John, because he's not getting a game for Roma, believe it or not. He might get a game now. He scored 2 against Celtic, but he hadn't kicked the ball before he played Celtic. Obviously, Roma had lost 2 games prior to playing Celtic, John, and it made a lot of changes, their manager. So he got a game as bag 2, you know. So he was heavily linked to Celtic. So we'll wait and see what happens in January.
He's only on loan at Roma, though, isn't he? So possibly could still get a move to Celtic. Who knows? Yeah,
we'll wait and see what happens. O'Hara, John, still a doubt. He's still a doubt for today. Declan John, hamstring injury, John. That's a bonus because he played really well against us the last time we played St Mirren. Declan John up and down that line. And Dijksteel also out injured, so they've got 3 out injured, and we've got obviously the usual ones: your Carter Vickers, your Johnstons, your Jotas, blah blah blah. We've still got all the same injuries out, John, that we've spoke about all season practically. Very weak, John. I think we're very weak. We don't have a lot of strength. But I don't think we've got the players that are able to play Wilfred Nancy's formation, John, this 3-4-2-1. I don't think we've got the personnel there to play that, so we're definitely going to need reinforcements come January.
Definitely. Would you trust giving him money right now for what you've seen so far?
Well, 2 losses, 2 out of 2 defeats. Not only 2 defeats, John, but 2 very poor performances as well. It's not as if we were, peppering the goal against both these teams and they broke up the park and scored. It's not like that. These teams are attacking and they look very fragile. So hopefully, Thursday night was the last time we played. Hopefully in the last couple of days he's been on that training field and sorting all of this out. So it's just a waiting game, John. Wait and see what happens today against St Mirren. But yeah, we've got to give him the money, John, because he's the Celtic manager. Even if we lose today, he'll still be the Celtic manager, I think.
Aye, but Celtic don't often lose 3 games in a row. That's the one thing I'm taking from this. They don't normally lose 3 games in a row. But looking at Nancy, with the way he's refusing to go back to the Celtic formation, the way we've played for, let's face it, years. Celtic have played that way for years. And he refuses to go back to that system, which was I don't know what it was, a 4-3. What was Celtic's formation again? It was like
4-3-3, John, under Martin O'Neill and Brendan Rodgers. 4-3-3.
I went, mind went blank. But that system anyway was a winning system, and that clearly shows with the amount of trophies that we've won, the amount of success we've had.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why somebody would come in and change that. It's like when you move into a new house, you might decorate it, put your trimmings on it, but you wouldn't rip the floorboards up and take the boards out and all that. That's a poor analogy, but you know what I mean. He's went for it, hasn't he? He's totally changed everything. Instead of just changing the trimmings, basically, just tweak it a wee bit. And that's what he says, there'll be slight tweaks. This isn't a slight tweak. This is a totally different thing that he's trying at Celtic, and it's not working right now. I mean, I did take probably a wee bit of heart the second half against Roma. I think Celtic were by far the better team. They were creating a lot of chances. They were fast. They were closing down. But Roma had the game won by then. You've got to take that into account as well.
Yeah, of course, John. I mean, you've got to look at Roma, against Rangers, 2-0, put the tools away, sat back, conserved energy. Boom. But against Celtic, 2-0, they went for a third, they went for a fourth, they went for a fifth, they even scored a fourth, it was disallowed. But Celtic, as you say, John, a wee bit more energy in that second half, and that's where we're looking to continue when we kick off today at Hampden at 3:30, John, where we left off against Roma. Scoring goals, getting them disallowed, attack after attack. The Roma players didn't really know what to do with Celtic, but as you say, the game was already won, I suppose. But we're looking to continue where we left off against Roma at the full-time whistle. Okay, lineups, John. Let's get into the lineups. Then we'll do a quick prediction. Then we'll call it a day because big cup final day, John. We want to get prepared for this. Starting lineup for St Mirren for me is George, Fraser, King, Freckleton, McMenamin, Gogic, Taylor, Phillips, Tanzer, Ayunga, and Mandron. Big Mandron. He's big physical striker, holds him up really well. But just hope we can keep him quiet today, John. But wish you are predicted to start in 11 for Celtic, John.
Oh, thanks. This is tough. It is. It's really, really tough because this guy's it's all over the place with him. For one, I don't think Kieran Tierney works in a back three. I just don't think he works there. I don't think he's strong enough to play there. If you're going to play a back three, play your strongest players. I think you're going to have to play three physical centre halves. We haven't really got three physical centre half unless you count the young boys at Dane Murray.
Yeah.
But I just don't think he's good enough to play in the first team right now. But anyway, he's not going to change anything. He's going to leave it as it is under. He's going to play with Schmeichel, Scales, who just looks a totally different player now.
Yeah.
It's going to be Schmeichel, Scales, Trusty and Kieran Tierney, which doesn't work, like I keep saying. Centre of the park. This has got to change. This has got to change today.
Yeah.
Cal McGregor, Rio Hatate. I think Arne Engels will get a start on the right.
Yeah.
Maybe. And I might play Engels with McGregor in the centre and put Hatate on there. It's hard to tell now with this guy. That's the thing. But whatever positions it is, the four in the midfield will be, in my opinion anyway, McGregor, Hatate, Engels and Dyson.
Yeah.
So many's that? It's 7. I've got 3 to go. I forgot that. No, he's not going to play Dyson on the left-hand side of that midfield. Dyson will be one of the more forward-thinking players. So he might play, would you call him Luke McCowan? I think he's got to drop. Would you call him Nygren? I think he's got to be dropped.
Yeah, it's going to be McCowan or Bernardo. That's his choice, John. That's it. That's his choice.
Bernardo's not had a chance, has he? I forgot about Bernardo. He looked good when he came on against Roma, Bernardo. So I'm going to change it, actually. Let's go for McGregor, Hatate, Bernardo and Engels.
Yeah. Front three.
A forward three of... This is really difficult, by the way. Yang, Dyson, Feeding, Iniacho.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it, John. That's the starting lineup for me also. Bang on. It's going to be Schmeichel. It's not going to be Sinisalo, unfortunately. You're right.
No chance, no.
Yeah. Trust the Scales. Tierney, McGregor, Hatate, Engels. I think Bernardo, John. I think he'll get the nods. Dyson, Yang and Iniacho through the middle. Totally agree with you, John. 100%. And a score prediction for you, John. This is the league table, of course. Us two have not had a correct one for a wee while, actually. So let's hope that changes today. In the 90 minutes, what's your score after 90 minutes, John?
I got a win a few weeks ago, but that seems a million years ago now. That's when we were all flying and happy. Martin was in charge and things were good.
Yeah.
It's not like that now, is it? Picking a correct score with this new guy in charge. Well, we've got to give by the way, we've got to give the guy time, see if he does get it right. We'll see what it's like in a few weeks. We'll see if that does kickstart Celtic's season. We'll wait and see if we get a win today.
Yeah.
But I'll go for a 2-1 win to Celtic.
2-1 in 90, and I'll say 3-0 to Celtic, John. That's and hope more than anything else. Hopefully it begins to click today. And as you say, John, as Wilfred is the manager, if we need to now back him, it's as simple as that. No other option but to back the manager. You're bang on. Right, John, we'll call it a day. A very quick one today. Good luck to Celtic the day. Get your guesses in for the competition, folks. One guess each for your correct score. Remember, you've got to 3:30 today to get your guesses in. Right, John, just a wee quick sum up for you then, buddy.
I don't know. Hard to say it. Bring the cup home. That's all I can say. Just bring the cup home. Better performance all round. Need to, like we did in the second half against Roma, play like that for 2 halves. It'll be comfortable for Celtic.
Okay, fair play, John. Good luck to the champions today at Hampden Park. We always do well at Hampden Park normally. Good luck to the boys. Bring the cup home, as John says. Bring it back to paradise. Get the ribbons on that trophy and into that trophy cabinet. And then we can kick on the rest of the season. Okay, John, thanks very much. Thank you, everybody, for viewing, watching, liking, commenting, subscribing. Thank you for all that sort of stuff. And we'll catch everybody probably tomorrow. Actually, we'll do a wee preview, a wee post-match reaction to it actually tomorrow. So we'll catch everybody tomorrow. Hail, hail for now, and we'll see you all later.
See you later, Xander. Hail, hail.
Cheers, John. Bye.
The Celtic Forever podcast is a zero advert and zero profit channel. The channel also includes Celtic highlights and player interviews, so join the uninterrupted fun and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much.